Good evening. So tonight we're going to be talking about crafting the person that you want to be. This is a pretty important subject, something that comes up quite a lot with our business, with people who wish to be someone else, people who wish to be like the successful person. There's someone in their business that they really admire, that they want to be like, or they want to be like Richard Branson or Gary Vee or whoever it is in business that you really respect. And you really wish that you were that person. You wish you had those character traits. You wish you had their success and their money. Now, today what I want to talk about is actually becoming that person. Now, to become that person isn't actually as difficult as you may think. You know, first and foremost, it's really about identifying who it is you want to be. Something that I don't think a lot of us spend too much time thinking about are the specifics of each of these people that we admire and what their characteristics are. You know, so really simply, stop and look at those people, take a note and actually record all the parts of their character that you think are to you attractive. You think the things that make them successful. It could be their work ethic. It could be the amount that they go on social media. It could be, you know, their honesty, their integrity, the way in which they come across, their obvious fact that they really care for people. Whatever it be that you really like, what you've got to do is make a whole list of those things. And the great thing is with most of those character traits, most of the things that people have that you admire, or the things that they do that make them successful, you can at absolutely any point in time start to implement these things into your life. At any given point, you can make the change and decide that you are going to be the person who you want to be. You can literally craft your entire personality and your entire character, your work ethic, based on what you want to be. Now, that's not to say that it will be easy. You know, it may take a lot of work, because forming any new habit, you know, they say it takes 60 days, some takes 90 days. I mean, for some things, it may be a lifetime of ensuring that you're mindful of it in order to have certain characteristics in your repertoire and in your arsenal, you know, the way that you operate, your character. That may take you a while. You may never be able to fully have them as something that you just do out of habit, and you may always have to be mindful. You know, something that comes up a lot with a lot of the people we work with are things like sleep, you know, things like being considerate, our patience. These things, you never may be someone who's patient. You might never be somebody who wants to get out of bed. You know, you might be somebody who struggles to really kind of have empathy for people. But the great thing is you can be mindful of, in those situations, that's what you want to do. Okay, and that isn't like faking it, that isn't being inauthentic, that's called self-control. You know, in you know, all of the martial arts, they teach self-control. You know, self-mastery is all about awareness of yourself and controlling the different parts of your character. So at any given point, you can decide and you can note down, from this point forward, these are all the things that I want to be. You know, whether it's difficult or hard, whether it takes a long time for it to sort of become a habit and you to be mindful of it, or whether it's something that, you know, you're going to have to be mindful of forever, like swearing in front of your parents. You know, we don't want to swear in front of our parents, and you've got to be mindful not to sometimes, or in front of the children or whatever be. You know, there's things that you just have to do where you might be at work and you operate a certain way to how you would do at home. You know, the things you'd say to your family or your friends, you wouldn't say at work. So we're able to do this already. And what you've got to think of is that any of these character traits you can implement, and over time, they just become how you operate. So the key thing is, write down all of the character traits that you want, so that they're in mind for you. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have a list of them and you don't remind yourself regularly, likely it is you're going to forget. So every single day, it's about reminding yourself of the things you want to do. And there may be some of these that are a little bit more important than others. And obviously, definitely prioritize them. If you go, right, these are the character traits that I want, prioritize them, you know, 1 to 10, 1 to 100, whatever you do, and just start to implement them every day. Give yourself reminders. You might have something on your phone to remind you to do something. You might have something on your desk to remind you to do something. You might wear a wristband so that every time you see it, you remember to do something. You know, in a lot of instances, literally just taking a moment to think and to breathe before you act, it is totally important. All too commonly, where people who act on instinct all the time, by habit, you know, by the way that you've always done things. And if you manage to start to control yourself, and before you do anything, before you say anything at any given point, just take a breath, have a thought before you act or before you respond. And very commonly, just the smallest of moments to actually think about what you're about to do can be the thing that really starts to allow you to become anything you want to be and truly master yourself, because that moment of consideration allows you self-control. And that's literally slowing yourself down and be in control of every single moment, and always think, right, what I'm about to do now, does this fit within the person that I want to be? Really simple question. So that's it, guys. You know, picking those character traits that you want and implementing them. Now, before I go, guys, you know, if I've got a little bit left to cover, if you've liked this, tag somebody in it. If they need to see this, flick me a hello. If you're watching the replay, just type replay. You know, say hi, Dave. Let me know that you're watching. I don't know who's there. If you don't, let me know. So please do comment in. But the key thing is, guys, you know, yes, this may take time, but the good thing is that when you move from having these things as things that you want to be, and you operate within the boundaries of what you want, and you're mindful and you act the way that you want to be, and day by day you actually bring these things into your personality, even if it's something that's a bit, it takes a bit of concentration from you. You know, as you prove day by day that you're able to do that, then they become who you are. You know, if you're a runner and you run every day, you may not be very good at running, but the more you run, that makes you a runner. You know, if you're a singer, exactly the same. If you sing every day, it makes you a singer. If you play an instrument every single day that you play, you may not be that great at it, but that makes you a musician. You know, so if you want to be, you know, really considerate, you want to have patience, you want to have empathy, you want to have good work ethic, all you need to do is display this day by day. And whether it's difficult for you or easy for you, doesn't matter. If you do it, that's who you are. And you can begin to own it. And the more that you do it, and within yourself, you can believe that, yep, it's tough, but I'm doing it. And the more that you own it, eventually that will become part of your personality, and that will literally just be who you are. You know, and a big thing to think is that most people always think to themselves, I can't be that. I can't be this. This isn't me. This isn't easy. You know, and the one thing that I know about any form of success, you don't necessarily have to do it out of your nature. You don't necessarily have to find it easy. And I say, I represented the English national lacrosse side for 8 years. I hate running. There's loads of stuff I hate. I don't like training, but I did it. And was I one of the better runners on the team? Yes, I was. And I hated every second of it. Was I one of the fittest people? Yes, I was. You know, I made the squad through hard work. I probably wasn't the best of players, but I made it through hard work. You know, and it's saying when it comes to your business or anything else, I don't necessarily love and enjoy everything that I do in my business, but I know what the value-added activities are. I know what the income-producing activities are, and I do them. You know, do I always find it easy to maintain composure and be calm and be considerate? Not always. You know, there's always things that trigger you, but again, having self-control means that those things come out in your personality. And the big thing is for you within your business, as whatever character traits you're looking to implement into your life, as they become things that you do more and more, no matter how your internal dialogue is working, no matter how much effort or mindfulness it takes, you know, no matter whether you think that you're good at it or not, doesn't matter, because the key thing when it comes to you and your business and the way that you're perceived is it's all about what people see on the outside. You know, so as long as you, with a little bit of thought and a little bit of consideration, you know, you're able to actually display whatever it is you want to display, the net effect is that what you're coming across as and the way in which you respond and the work ethic that you have, the results will be the same. You know, and people will start to consider you a leader. People will start to consider you considerate. People will start to consider you as somebody who works hard. So they will be part of your character, and all you've got to do is implement them mindfully every single day. And before you know it, you can be whoever you want to be. So that's it for me today, guys. As always, if you've liked this, please do comment. Please do flick me some likes. If you watch them regularly, please do tap the screen, give me a share. Let these get out further towards more people. As always, guys, thank you for watching. I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.